Listen, so we're gonna get straight into it. You have a very motivational and inspirational story that is out now for the world to read. Some of the world has already seen what you've gone through. Now let's take it back to like your MySpace days.
Oh yes,
Cause that's a major flashback Friday right there.
Yeah.
How did you start?
Well, this is crazy, but does everybody remember Tom from MySpace?
Yeah.
So technically, yes, okay. Tom discovered me. Okay.
What?
Yes. Tom was actually responsible for discovering me. So, yeah, I was still living in South Central, and I was going to auditions, and I was booking a lot of commercials, mainly comedic commercials, because that's kind of always been my thing. I studied theater and acting for 10 years in a master's class. So I had some commercials that were on television, and somebody told me to like do like a website, and I was like, I don't even have a computer. Like, I still take the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how to use the computer. I even got email. So a friend of mine told me that at the library you could open up, you could use emails, whatever. So I started a little like fan page thing, and it grew to like 75,000 fans that were, I guess, watching my commercials and just the things that I was doing on television.
Yeah.
And he told me to come to MySpace. So he like came in and swooped me up.
Really?
It was like, hey, you have a pretty large fan base. Would you like to come to MySpace? And I was like, what the hell is a MySpace? So I opened up a music channel there, and I basically became the #1 Latin artist independent in the world. And I was the first one that was brought in to sign a record deal with MySpace Records and Interscope and other labels as well. That's what people don't know because,
So did you always want to do music?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I played the violin since I was 7 years old, and I basically became the #1 violinist for the public school districts. And if everybody remembers, these TV shows were awesome. That's what I was doing. I always wanted to do it. I always admired Celia Cruz. And when I was introduced to English music, then that's when I was introduced to, everything, NWA and, Missy Elliott and, everything that's, that Little Kim. So it was a really long journey for me, really, because I didn't know who to hear. But I'd be on my MySpace like, hey, does anybody know how to make music? Like real innocent, I don't know how to do it, but can somebody help me do something professional?
Literally. And then you also starred in Love and Hip Hop, where we got to see a little bit of, your music career, the process. What was that like for you? First of all, how did you even get casted? Like, how did that start?
So, well, what happened is that, I don't know if you guys remember the dating shows, like before, how that was like a thing. Well, I was offered one of those strictly off of my MySpace page because I was the first Latina independent artist to have like 35 million spins on my music, 2 million friends. I was the most friended person on there. So all of these TV shows were offering me things, but I was, like a trained actress, so I didn't really understand reality.
Right.
So I didn't really get it. Honestly, I was just like, I don't know what the hell this is. So like, I'm just gonna stay away from it. I didn't know.
But we got to see, more of you and your story. So would you say that helped you, or would you say you were like,
I think a lot of people that do reality TV, like, they get mad. They're like, oh, F them. And I had a little bit of a 5-minute moment there with that. But to be honest with you, I am so grateful because I'm grateful for the opportunity. I don't care, I don't care. I was on there homeless. Like, to me, that was my story. I've always been very real. And I think that that's always been a good thing and kind of a very controversial thing for people that they can't understand.
Right.
Because being real, a lot of people claim they are, but they're really not. They're, they hide who they are, and I'm transparent. So I'm glad, I did it because everybody got to know my story. And not only that, but think about it. I mean, I have been able to tell my story in the most raw form because I was casted on a show that allowed me to, because being on commercials or movies, I couldn't tell my story. So I'm very thankful to Mona, to my producer Stephanie, Mona Me. Like, you know, was a different experience for me. It was not easy, but I mean, you know, they say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Well, I'm a thoroughbred and I'm tough, so I make it anywhere. Like, you put me under a rock, I'm popping out there with a roll. So I've
Listen,
always
and
been that girl.
today you have a clothing line, you have a fitness blog, you have your own business, you're investing in property. Talk to me about Get Slim Detox Tea and how that all came together.
Sure. Well, as you guys saw on the show, I had gained weight. What people didn't really understand is that I was going through a lot of depression. I was in an entirely new city with no family, no friends. I had just started making friends here and there. I'm so thankful for my producer. At the time, he's still my friend, Cito, which is the person you saw was living in their attic in the studio. And I literally like gained weight in season 2 because it's just a lot for me. I mean, I didn't have anyone and I was just going through things. So I went through a public, like 2 things that people made fun of me for. You know what I mean? One, for being homeless, not having red bottoms, not having all the expensive, nice stuff that, you know, girls like to wear. And also because I had gained weight. So I decided to lose weight and blog about it. So I started doing that. So pound 1, day 1, I started blogging about it on YouTube. And through that, I developed my fitness brand and my company of health products. So originally I started with Get Slim Detox Tea. And it's because, I don't know, a lot of Latinos, you know, like we like to like detox and stuff like that. Like, oh, come on. Every Latino knows that this is what we be doing. Okay.
I think every girl needs to once in a while start detoxing.
Yes. Like, listen, there's so many. Okay, we'll get into the benefits in a bit. But so what happened is that I just had this really crazy idea to start a company. And I've owned companies before, but this is a thing that was like, okay, I'm gonna start it. I have $500, an idea. I taught myself how to do graphics. I taught myself how to build websites. So I built the website, did all the graphics for it. Me and my mom went to, you know, saw a bunch of holistic doctors, and one of my brother-in-laws does natural medicine. So we literally, you know, through a long time of trying to come up with the recipe, we did. And then I put it out in the market, and this is before anybody was doing that. So this was new. I think people were like, what is that? And I explained it. And I talked to people about it. Now, fast forward, the reason why my company has survived and a lot of companies crumbled when it comes to these type of products is because my company, we don't pay models and IG models.
Right. You're using real customers.
We only promote real customer results because they are representative of the everyday person trying to lose weight. I don't sell lies and gimmicks and, you know, this, oh, it's a miracle. No, it's not. You still have to put in the work, which is why I have a health blog that teaches you how to eat better, how to take in less calories. It's a lifestyle. So my brand has survived because of that. But now fast forward, we have 7 natural products. And I have a book called The 5-Day Smoothie Slim Down, which teaches you these things. And all of my products are organic, gluten-free. They contain vitamins. So this is more than just like, oh, take this tea, you're going to like, boom, wake up, super fly. No. And I think because of a lot of, I won't name the companies, but because of these companies paying people and models that already look so perfect, it's created a distrust in the market. But I'm very, very happy and proud that 78% of my customers are returning customers. Everything else is new. So we've retained almost 80% of returning customers because they tell a friend and that friend tells a friend.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly good for you. I think people are sleeping on it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of distrust again in the market because, you know, I won't name names, but, you know, people be posting it. You know you don't work out. You know you don't work out, girl.
Listen, now you have a multi-million-dollar business. Like, you're such a boss. How would you say your experiences or what you went through shaped you to where you are now? Like, do you like the attention you're receiving? Because you're literally everywhere. You got an article on Forbes, CNN's talking about you, like everywhere, you know, you're being spoken about. Is that like an attention that you're used to already, or is it still something that you're getting accustomed to?
To be honest with you, after everything that I've been through,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I didn't come from anything. Like, I didn't have a sugar daddy. I don't have investors. I don't have, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Like, no disrespect that anybody does that, because, hey, listen, girl, get your check.
Right.
I'm not mad. I don't judge, but that's not my wave.
Mm-hmm.
For somebody, I didn't come from anything, you know. We lived in a garage growing up to an immigrant family who literally dehydrated, almost dehydrated, died, coming here to this country, to growing up being a maid, to being homeless, to calling an attic my home, to being in Forbes. I take it in a different space. I am so grateful. Every day, like, I probably drive all my friends crazy, because I'm always like, don't forget to say thank you this morning for waking up, because while we woke up, someone's mother didn't wake up, someone's sister didn't wake up.
I love that.
I cannot begin to explain to you. I am just grateful. So, you know, I look at it in a different way. I'm just very thankful, because now I'm able to help other people. And what I'm really thankful about is, thank you, Jarissa. I can't, you know, tell her enough. Thank you for, you know, submitting me, and for Forbes for giving me a chance, because Latino businesses and Black businesses, we don't get enough credit. You know, we're seen in like these like horrible lights that we're criminals and that we're bad people, but we're not. And I represent for that, because I grew up in South Central, and that's all I ever knew. So I'm really just grateful, and I'm just happy. And I mean, like, what this haters got to say about me now? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Like, if your story doesn't motivate, I don't know what it's gonna do. But before we let you go, I gotta ask, what advice would you give to someone who's looking to start a business, or, you know, wants to be a boss chick or a boss dude?
Yeah. Well, my biggest thing is that you can't let your circumstances stop you, because, I mean, I was basically born against everything. I was not supposed to make it. But this was obviously God's plan, and I never gave up. And another thing too is, that's the reason why I'm writing a book series.
Yes.
On how you can make it too, with little to no resources. That's what they don't teach you. Everybody sells these dreams. Oh, you can become an overnight success. Oh, yeah, right. That's not true. It takes so much for you to get there, and I cannot write it in just one book. But my biggest thing is, there's two things that are very important when you're first started. You have to break out of your mental chain, because our mind won't let us progress. Think about how many times we say negative things to ourselves. Oh, I'm having a bad day, so F today, you know, I'm this or I'm that. Like, well, you have to stop thinking that way, because you have to see yourself in that position. I always did. I called myself the boss forever. People clown me for it. Like, you ain't a boss, you're homeless, you're this, you're that. Well, okay, but I'm going to be.
Right.
And you, my second biggest thing is that don't be afraid to stay in instead of going out. Everybody
don't tell me this on a Friday night.
Listen, girl, okay, listen, it's okay to go out and have fun.
Listen,
okay, because, you know, last week I had a lot of going out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, but the thing is that, like,
no,
don't
totally
be afraid.
Yeah,
don't be afraid to say no to a lot of things, because some people, they won't see your vision. They'll be like, oh, no, so who cares? You know, instead of staying home designing your stuff, why don't you go and, you know, let's go party. Who cares? Do it tomorrow. No, tomorrow is not an option. And those are the two things that are very important, because, you know, if you can't break out of your mental chain, you know, when I had come out from living in the hood and I was just coming out of gangs and jail, like, my mentality was really like off. And I had to break out of that. And I had to literally say, no, enough is enough. I am going to be someone. And that's it, pretty much. And I did it by myself. Well, I mean, with the faith of God, of course. My mom was even like, I don't know where you come up with these crazy ideas, but okay.
Listen, how did you break out from that, like, mindset, though? Because it takes a lot of, you know, being hopeful and having faith and being positive. Like when you were going through everything you were going through, how did you remain with a positive mindset?
So, you know, when you've been through a lot of the stuff that like I've been through, I guess I would have to say it is a little easier because I chose, this is what I choose. There are days that are not good days for me. And then there are days that are excellent. But I've had to come to start thinking, no, every day has to be excellent because those little things that you go through, they're small. You know, like breakups, friendships that break up, you know, people talking about you, you know, people not believing your vision. Like you have to believe in your vision and you have to believe in it to a point. Everyone thinks you're crazy. Everyone clown. They're like, oh, you're not going to be nothing. You're not going to do this. But I mean, proof is in the pudding. But I don't ever pay attention to what anyone says. And I'm notorious for being the person that stays under the radar. I keep my head down, but my thoughts high. So that's what I do. So you can't tell me I can't do anything because my next move that I've already started to get in the works, and I've even had people that are huge directors contact me about doing my life story. And not even
I was going to ask
star, but
next.
A motivating story. I would have to say that for the most part, I'm really excited about writing these books. I have 2 completely separate books I'm writing. One is a book series about how to teach people, you know, how to become successful with little to no resources. And another one is like my story. Because I just feel like if I could just impact one person out there that like, hey, if I made it, you can make it. I'm also currently, I actually just got off the phone with my attorney, Walter Mosley, and we are actually negotiating 3 different television deals right now for next year.
Okay.
Scripted and unscripted.
Nice.
So I'm getting back to my acting, which I'm excited about, mainly in comedy because comedic acting is actually my favorite. And I really am just very excited too that I'm getting back to my music. I just put out a collaboration project that did very well. And I'm also currently discussing, I'm not really interested in a record deal. I'm interested in partnering with a record label because I like to keep my money. I like to keep, I'm about to keeping them checks.
I love it. I love it.
And I have an apparel line that's coming out for fitness. So you can see a lot of what's going to be happening with my fitness brand. We also have an entirely new redesign team. I'm looking to hire people too. Anyone out there, online sales teams, you can work from home.
Look at you giving jobs or whatever.
I'm out here giving jobs. Yeah, I'm out here giving jobs. So, you know, you should never make fun of people because I'm going to give you a job. You might need a job.
Listen, how do you handle the haters or the people that, you know, didn't believe in you? Are they hitting you up now like, hey?
There are. I think that, like, one of the biggest things that people always bring up is what happened on Love and Hip Hop. And we actually made peace with everybody, and everyone's kind of doing their own thing. There's no really like hard feelings or anything like that. But yes, all the time. There's people that I'd be like, hell yeah, don't you? But you know what? I don't block my blessings. I mean, I get haters every day. They're in here in the comments now. It doesn't matter. I mean, you're watching me. I'm not watching you. I don't even know you exist. And really, everyone has haters. Jesus had haters.
Not Jesus. Oh, no.
Wow, we brought Jesus into this, okay? Thank you, Jesus. But it's the truth. Listen, I mean, it's the truth. So, you know, I've been dealing with it my whole life. The thing is that, you see, I was conditioned since Myspace. So everybody now that can't really handle all the hate online, I'm used to it. I'm like, oh, girl, I heard that in 2005.
Like, I've been on.
I'm too tall. Oh, yeah, I heard that in 2006. So it's okay. You know, my mom is like really tough. So like she raised me to did not listen to what people say. Because if you listen to what people say, then your mental chain will be blocked and it will be heavy. And you have to get past it because people will tell you everything you can't be because they never made it. They'll tell you won't make it because they never made it. They'll tell you your dreams are too small, but they're big. It's just that theirs are too small. So they want to reflect their anger towards you. that's how they feel. They hate themselves, and that's real. So don't believe what anybody says, guys. You got this. And if anyone ever needs advice, you can come to my page. Like, come ask me.
I know you're very big on being motivational and definitely
interactive. I think that that's something people don't do. They don't interact with the people that are there to support them. And you have to remember that I'm here because of them. I'm here because of you. I'm here because of supporters and because of Baller Alert and people giving me a platform to discuss these things. And I'm very grateful. I'm so grateful. Like, I don't even look at things like, oh yeah, I'm all that. No, not at all. I'm just thankful to be alive. I made it. Every day that I wake up, I'm thankful for small things like warm blankets, food, just the things that people don't even think about. But I am, because I didn't have them growing up. So
yeah, and we really appreciate you sharing your story and, you know, being super open and raw, like you said, with the world. We know you're going to keep being successful and being a boss chick. So shout out to you for everything. And thank you for chatting with us today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm coming in Miami. I just couldn't come to Art Basel.
Hey, okay, girl.
I have some things going on, which will be surfacing soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Your
Baller
story
Alert
is amazing, okay, girl? So keep it going.
Thank you. All right,
Bye.
girl. I love you. You're so cute.
Oh, thanks.
Bye, gorgeous. Un beso. I would do it, but I can't because I'm holding it.